Hi, this is Phil from PDQ Merchant Enterprises and the ATM Mastermind Group page. And in today's video, we'll be talking about the top 5 out-of-the-box questions that you're going to be asked in the ATM business. Always remember, here at PDQ Merchant Enterprises and the ATM Mastermind Group page, we buy your freedom back one transaction at a time. Don't forget to register down below for our masterclass to start your ATM journey today with all the helpful tips and tricks that we've developed over 20 years in the game. All right, so without further ado, the top 5 out-of-the-box questions that you'll be asked in the ATM business. This is a weird one, but point number 1. So you got a bar and restaurant, you got an ATM, they got a beer garden. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, they're going to say, hey, you know what? We're going to put a bar on the other side of the beer garden. We want to know if you want to put an ATM outside in the beer garden just for the summer. So you're like, well, so you start thinking, wait a minute. The ATM in the front in the bar does real good, cash only bar, everything's great, and now they build a gazebo on the other side for outdoor dining or outside, and now they want me to put an ATM. There's no security on the building. There's no security anywhere to be found. So at night, the ATM is totally exposed. What do I want to do? How do I handle this situation? So you know what? That's going to be up to you. And you put a good ATM out there because it might get vandalized. So you'll be asked this question from time to time. It will happen if you have enough of bars and they start building these add-ons. This is going to happen to you. You'll have to make a decision. Do I want to do that? Will that cannibalize the ATM inside? Why can't people just go over to the ATM inside and get cash? Doesn't make sense to me. Why do I want to put the second one out there? I got a lot of risk. I don't know if it's going to be worth it. So this is one of the things that you'll have to decide. Do I want to take this venture out? Am I jeopardizing the ATM inside? Am I jeopardizing my relationship with the location? So just so you know, when you start seeing them building another bar outside, expect that conversation to happen and come up with the solution that you guys think it'll be viable, because it will happen. It's happened to us a few times. It's crazy, but you know what? You'll have to make the decision. So just keep that in mind. Point number 2 is you're going to have ATMs. I'm a 20 guy. I don't like to put 10s or 5s in the ATM. Don't forget is the denominations. Every time they go down, the denomination goes down from 20s to 10s to 5s. The quality of the bill gets worse. We incur a lot of jams. We can't get as much money in there. If they go through a ton of money, it becomes harder and harder to fill. I got to get a bigger cassette, like a 2K instead of a 1K. I don't like doing this. And then sometimes if I'm not filling it, one of the other guys on the route's filling it. Sometimes they get distracted and they put 20s in where there should have been 10s. Then I got a free for all. People are going to ATM like a slot machine. I don't like doing it. It has happened a few times, and I'm not a big fan of it. But it could happen to you, where your store owner will say, you know what, the guy down the street, he just opened up a new convenience store. They're doing 10s. I want to do 10s. I told you before I want to do 10s. You'll have to make the decision. How do you handle it? What do you do? So again, I always say, remember this, X and Y, X and Y. What is X and Y for you new guys watching the channel? If they want X, I want Y. So we want to change the deal. It was originally on 20s. Now they want it on 10s. So what do? Change the deal. New location agreement, change the surcharging, change the deal a little bit more in my favor. Don't forget, more work. But this could happen. But every time these crazy out of the box questions come, you should always smile. Don't frown, because this gives you a new way to negotiate a better deal for you and your company. So always remember these out of the box questions I'm giving you on this video. It could happen. When it does, remember to always renegotiate your deal. Point number 3, Phil, I just hit the lottery. I just got asked to do a mobile event. All right, so now you're going through it. Now you discover it's only a 4-hour event. Do I take it? Do I not? If you're just starting out in the game, you know what? Take it. It'll give you an opportunity to see what mobile events are about, if this is something you want to venture in. But Phil, what can I expect from a 4-hour event? And if I take it, how much money do I put in? So here's the thing. Figure on the top end, the most you're going to do is somewhere around 30 transactions an hour. So 30 transactions an hour. Let's say if you put and I would always recommend put a bigger price tag on it than $3. Go closer to 4. You might even get crazy. Go 5. But $4, 30 transactions an hour, it's $120. 4 hours event, you're looking at $500 year end. So That's about what it do. Could it do more? Yep, it could do a little bit more, but on the average, we're looking at about 30. So that's what you can expect to do in that. Now, is $500 going to be worth it for you? You got to drag the ATM out there. You got to have enough money in there, and you got to sit there, or you go home and then you come back and pull the ATM. So is that going to be worth it? I don't know. You'll have to answer that question. But this is a crazy out of the box question because it's only a 4-hour event. It's not all day. Do you do it? Do you not? You're going to have to know the answer, but at least now you got some statistical data that will tell you, hey, this is how many transactions I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to need. There are other ways to maximize your revenue. You could do a drop-off fee. You could do a convenience fee. You can do a pickup fee. You could get that money up where it makes it viable for you and your company. But this is an out-of-box question. Now you know how to handle it because you watched this video. Point number 4. From time to time, we get questions. Hey, do you rent an ATM? It's almost like asking us, we're going to put a mobile event. We always say, no, we don't rent them. But I have had other companies out there who said, Phil, we want to do a mobile event. Will you rent us an ATM for our mobile event so I can put an ATM for that mobile event? So we don't, truth be told, we don't rent ATMs. We sell them. So if some other company wants to do a mobile event for their customer, no problem. They can buy one from us, we'll help program it, and then they can go into business for themselves. But we don't rent that. But that could happen to you guys. Somebody could say, hey, I want to rent the ATM for this event or this. You have the opportunity now to say, you know what? We don't rent ATMs. We'll do that event for you. This is what it costs. Or what we'll do is we'll put the ATM there. You put your money in it and go from there. There are other ways to skin the cat, so to speak. But keep in mind, you could get this crazy question, do you rent ATMs? For us, it's a no. Maybe for you, it is a yes. Point number 5. Here's one that happens a lot. Hey, we want an ATM. We want to dispense 5s and 20s or 5s and 10s or 10s and 20s or 10s and 100s. Do you do that? Yes, we do. We don't have that ATM. Not all the ATMs do that. Usually, it's an ATM that has 2 2K or 2 1K dispensers. So, you know what? You can put 2 denominations. You can configure it the way you want to do it. I know like at dispensaries, they put 100s in one and 20s in the other, or they put 20s and 5s. Just depends on what you want to do. It is possible. Again, to me, it's a renegotiation on a contract if you haven't already a location, or you know what, if it's a new location and that's what they want, it's going to be a little bit more of an upcharge because you're doing something special that's out of the ordinary. So just a little words of advice, but these are kind of crazy questions that you get asked from time to time. Now we brought that to the forefront so you can answer some of these questions with a little more confidence. You know exactly what you're doing. So thank you guys very much for this video. And you know what? Don't forget, we have the ATM Masterclass in the link below if you want to start your ATM journey today and buy back your freedom one transaction at a time. All right, we'll see you over at the ATM Mastermind group page. Thank you very much.